How's my gorgeous boy, huh? Hey, handsome. Hi, guys. Happy Saturday evening. This is Tiffany, and I know you all recognize this gorgeous boy. This is Albie. I figured it had been at least a couple weeks since I had done a live video from his weekend getaway at my home. And we had just gone for a nice walk, and it wasn't overly hot or nasty out, so I figured we'd come sit out here on my little porch. And he was sitting so cute in his chair that I figured I would go live and do a quick update on him and make sure everybody is aware that he is still waiting and still available for his forever home. What are you looking at, Albie? What are you looking at, bud? I am very excited to say, which I'm hoping you can kind of tell from the video. I had put off putting him on the scale because I was just nervous of what it was going to say. But I had a feeling that he had gained some weight, and a bunch of our other volunteers and crew members felt the same way. So when I took him from the animal hospital yesterday, I decided to put him on the scale, and he is weighing in at 43.5 pounds right now, which I know it doesn't sound like much, but it is amazing compared to the last time I weighed him when I started bringing him home. He was in the low 30s. So although he does still look thin, he has gained weight, and he is keeping it on. It's just a bit of a slow process, but it's working. He's finally gaining weight. Of course, he is still thin, but he looks fantastic. He's going in the right direction. He is gaining his weight back. So yeah, 43.5 pounds. I was very, very excited to get him on the scale and see that number pop up. Because I was a little worried we hadn't hit 40, but we had hit it and we had went over it. So Albert is here with me again this weekend. It has become a normal ritual for him, for me to bring him home and get him out of the animal hospital and out of boarding. Mainly, of course, because we can't stand them being in boarding, but the main reason is due to his feeding schedule. He needs to eat at least 4 times a day, and he needs to eat every 4 hours. So with that being said, the animal hospital closes at 5 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, and he gets his last meal, or sometimes his last meal, at 7 p.m. Sometimes when he's here, I'll give him one more meal after that, because he's here in my home, and I can. But his usual is 7 p.m. is his last meal, and obviously with them closing at 5 p.m., they cannot do that at the animal hospital, so he would be missing a meal on Saturdays and Sundays, and that is not an option for him. So I take him home with me. I can tell you, I've had him in my house now for months on the weekends, and he is just the perfect house guest. Albie, excuse me, can you look in my direction? Thank you. He is potty trained. He will let you know when he has to go to the bathroom. He could be sound asleep. He will jump up. He'll start getting all wiggly. He'll do his toothy little smile where you see his teeth, and he grins. And he comes over and he starts licking you, and he'll go to the door and he'll let you know he has to go to the bathroom. So he is potty trained. He does have to go a little bit more often than a normal dog, obviously due to the fact that he has no small intestines and the fact that he does eat the way he eats. it does cause him to have to use the bathroom more than a normal dog. That is also part of the reason why we need somebody who is either retired or works from home or has opposite schedules or owns their own business and has the flexibility to come and go because of his feeding schedule. Like I said, he has to eat every 4 hours, at least 4 meals a day, and also because he needs to use the bathroom around the same amount. So, but he is potty trained. He will let you know when he has to go to the bathroom. He is not destructive in a home whatsoever. He is a good boy. He just kind of follows you around from room to room. If I am in the kitchen doing dishes or doing laundry, he's sitting in there just watching me until he gets bored, and then he'll go make himself comfy on the couch and just wait until I come back in on the couch. If I go upstairs for some reason, he follows me upstairs. If I go to the bathroom, he follows me in the bathroom. He just wants to be with his person. Albert lives for his people. Lives for it. If I could tell you, when he is stuck back at that animal hospital and some volunteers come to visit him, and he's got a room full of volunteers, he is the happiest dog. He gets so excited because he loves people. When I do bring him here, I give him as much attention as I possibly can. He does not get my undivided attention, unfortunately, because I do have my own dogs. I have Gunner, I have Cloud, who is a 100+ dog, and I am still fostering Tanya, who is a 100+ dog. So it is a bit of a juggle and a struggle when he is here on the weekends because they cannot see each other because Albert needs to be an only dog. So I am not able to give him my full undivided attention, obviously, because I have to swap them in and out and upstairs and downstairs, and my dogs have to go for walks and they have to eat, and he has to go for walks and he has to eat. And so, but I do give him as much attention as I possibly can. I will say he gets more attention than my own dogs on the weekend, but I believe he deserves it because my own dogs have me. They have a home. They live here. Albert does not have a home of his own, so he gets more of my attention on the weekends, but he doesn't get my undivided attention, which is what I would love nothing more for him, is to have his own people to give him their undivided attention all the time, and he would give you his undivided love and affection. He loves going for walks, he loves going for car rides. I have the little lake, which if you guys follow us and him, you've seen me sit out by the lake, which is actually right there, right outside my house. He loves to go sit there and watch the water. We haven't really done that last weekend because of the rain, and this weekend also because of the rain. The lake is really, really high and the toads are really, really bad. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that the last couple weekends, which he loves to do. But we are sitting out here right now just until it gets dark, which it's on its way there. And then we'll go inside because the lake is right there with the toads. They like to come and congregate around my front door. So we're not going to be able to stay out here for long until they start showing up. But I did just want to remind all of you that Albert is still looking for his forever loving home, and that he is absolute perfection in every way in a home. He is just an easy boy who just wants to be with his person. He loves going for car rides. I mean, you've got to go to the bank or just go run an errand. You just take him with you. He just sits in the back seat like a perfect angel, just like he's sitting in that chair right now. He just wants to be with his person. He does have to be the only pet in a home, unfortunately. So no other dogs, no cats, no birds. He needs to be the only pet, but he's got more than enough love to give. You will not be wanting for more if you do decide to bring him into your home. He does require somebody that is home that either works from home or has opposite schedules from their husband, wife, partner, or, owns their own business, so has the flexibility to come and go several times a day throughout the day due to his feeding schedule. He does eat 4 times a day, spaced out every 4 hours. So you do need to be home and available for that. And then, of course, obviously, he's going to have to go to the bathroom. So that is why it is a requirement for somebody to be home or to have a super flexible schedule for him. Albie. Hey. Albert. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? There's not a frog out there, is there? Make sure. No, not yet. Right? Not yet, they're not out there. So again, I just wanted to give you guys an Albert update to remind you that he is here waiting. What are you looking at? There's nothing out there. Albie. Hey. He is still searching for his forever loving home. Come here. He is an absolute angel in a home. He is a good boy. And he's been waiting a very long time. It's his turn. He deserves it. You can kind of see now. You see, guys, he put on a little bit of weight. He's still thin. I'm not going to say he's not thin. He is still thin. But he has put on some weight. He's up to 43.5 pounds. I just saw somebody say, why does he have to eat 4 times a day? If you don't know the story of Albert, we rescued from Miami-Dade Animal Services. He was on death row. They were going to euthanize him. They weren't going to give him to us. We fought very, very hard to save his life. And when we got him to safety and got him to the animal hospital, he was very, very ill. And it took an exploratory surgery to find out what was going on, which was basically he had eaten a string of some sort because he was eating whatever he could to stay alive. It had wrapped and entwined itself around his small intestines and cut them and rerouted them, and they were all in these balls and couldn't get any food through. So basically he had to have his entire small intestines removed. He has, had his ups and downs with that since he had it done, but only because of human error, not because it's something that he can't live with. He had gotten into something and ingested something, so it kind of set him back a little bit, and that's why he had gotten so thin in the last couple months. But we have gotten him back on the right track, and he's doing well, and he is gaining weight again. And like I said, he is up to 43.5 pounds right now. So what we are doing is working. He is on a special prescription diet. He is under the care of an awesome internal medicine specialist, Dr. Allison Cannon at Lauderdale Veterinary Specialist. She has been his doctor from day one and has done all kinds of research on everything that has to go along with Albert and his special needs. You cannot have that. That's wine. And he is on a special diet. He eats several meals a day. Like I said, he eats 4 times a day, every 4 hours, because it takes his body 4 hours to process the food that he has eaten safely. So we are up to 2 cups of dry kibble, the prescription diet, and half a can of the wet prescription diet every 4 hours. We do sprinkle a pancreas enzyme on the food which helps to kind of pre-digest the food, which is also helping with the absorption for him, we believe. And then he is on some supplements, which are not crazy supplements. Most of you probably have them in your kitchen counter and take them regularly. He takes a fish oil, he takes an antacid, and he takes a probiotic. So nothing crazy, nothing off the wall. Like I said, most people probably take those things themselves. But what he needs most is a home, because I will tell you, when I bring him home on the weekends, he does much better. The stress of living in an animal hospital 24/7, in a room staring at the same walls, just hoping and praying somebody comes in that room and takes him out or sits on the couch and loves on him. It's no life for him. Yes, he's alive, and yes, he's doing well and he's happy, but he needs a home of his very own. So I am going to beg once again for this gorgeous boy who is sitting right in front of me, that I will tell you, if I could, he would not leave my house. Would not leave my house. But unfortunately, I cannot. I have 2 dogs of my own, and I am fostering another, and Albert needs to be the king of his castle. He needs to be the only animal. So I am going to beg, even if you are not looking for a dog of your own, you've probably got hundreds of friends on your friends list on your Facebook page that might be looking for a dog, or one of those friends might have a friend that is looking for a dog, and Albert might just be that perfect dog. So please, guys, I'm gonna sign off here because it is starting to get dark, and we got to make it in the house before the mosquitoes and the toads start showing up. But please, please share Albert. He is still looking for his forever loving home, and he is so deserving to have one. He is such a good boy. Such a good boy. So I'm going to sign off. Please hit the share button. This is Tiffany and our gorgeous, gorgeous boy Albert. Still looking for a forever loving home. 100 plus abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida. Please hit the share button. Right, Albie? Say please hit the share button for me. Please.